It's time. I've recorded this so many times, but I don't care. This is the take. This is the take. It's time we face the Premier League's biggest underdogs with hopes of registering our first league win of the campaign. But first, the player ratings are back. My player ratings are back. What was once a pre-recorded video on another channel is now becoming a live show following the full-time whistle of every single game this season right here on this channel, just me and you. So be sure to tune in and get your votes in for every single player, for every single game, performances of those players throughout the season. We move. First and foremost, this game being against Luton, it's the first time in my lifetime and probably any of your lifetime. I know I've got a couple of, I wouldn't say older fans. I don't be disrespectful, do you know what I'm saying? But I know I've got a couple that are my dad's age and so on that are tuning in. Big ups to yourself. It's the first time in my lifetime, okay, that Luton have been in the Premier League. So this episode serves more as a history lesson or maybe even, you know, a rebuff on your knowledge if you are one of those aforementioned older players, fans, shall we say. Chelsea welcome Luton. I'm digging a hole. Chelsea welcome Luton, who are 1 point behind us with a game less played. The visitors suffered a 4-1 defeat to Brighton on the opening day, but haven't played since due to ongoing works to their stadium. The two teams meet for the first time in league competition for the first fixture in my lifetime, as I said, having played last back in 1991, where Luton came out victorious with a 2-0 win. That said, Luton's last victory away from home to Chelsea came back in 1986, and then prior to that in 1957. It's a fixture that dates back 30 years before that, back in 1927, where it kicked off with a 4-0 victory for Chelsea in the FA Cup. In the 96 years, maybe even 97, I think it's coming up to 97 years since, with 45 fixtures in total, goals have only ever been an issue one time, back in 1956, I believe. I haven't got that written down, but 1956 rings a bell. Not that I'd know, but on the research, 0-0 once in 96 years. So if that happens, you've only got me to blame for bringing it up. Now, factually, we need to amend or, again, better some stats. That one as well doesn't need fixing. We only need to keep the draws to just that one because it's not looking good, as we know. I think I went over a few of them in the last preview. And this fixture, could help with some of those, truth be told. Listen, right, just strap yourselves in, get yourselves ready. Anything other than a win tomorrow would make it the first time we've started a Premier League campaign without a win in the first three since 1998, right? You're thinking, hey, I mean, that's pretty bad. It can't get any worse than that, though, surely. I digress. Our only victory in the last 16 competitive games was a 3-1 victory against Bournemouth. I think I mentioned that one last game when it was 15 games, and it's growing. It is growing. We failed to keep a clean sheet in our last 11 Premier League matches. Again, stinky stuff. This one blew my mind, but it's also not surprising, but it kind of is at the same time. Like, you think we're shit, we're a bag of bones these days, but this one takes the biscuit. We are without a home win in all competitions in our last 9, with our last win coming against, can you guess? Can you guess who this is against? Our last home win in all competitions in our last 9, so our 10th. Borussia Dortmund back in March, making it our longest run since 1988. We've conceded the first goal in our last 6 Premier League games in a row. And to make things even worse, we dropped points. This one is unreal. Bear in mind, we're playing Luton, newly promoted team, right? We dropped points last season. We dropped points in 4 of our 6 fixtures against promoted opposition last season. That is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And nothing against Luton. But let's be honest. I know where you're supposed to give respect to teams and you say, like, come on. There's no right to say that this should be a win. But come on! Fucking Luton! Jesus! If we can't end some of these absolutely horrific stats against this bunch, then we are officially done for. We might actually be finished. I'm just saying it how it is. I'm just saying it how it is. For Luton, I'm sweating right now. Yeah, he's hot in here. For Luton, they are winless in their last 27. It only makes things worse, by the way. This only makes things worse. For Luton, they are winless in their last 27 matches in top flight competition, drawing 6 and losing 21 since beating Aston Villa 2-1 back in 1991. Luton have only won 1 of their last 35 away fixtures against opposition from London, drawing 9 and losing 25. A win is the bare minimum here. It's the bare minimum. I'm not being funny. But if not a laughing stock already, boy oh boy, can it get worse? It really can. Team news, it gets worse. We're now within 9 injuries coming into our 3rd game of the season. Carney Chukwuemeka, as we know, joined the list during our defeat against West Ham after scoring the equaliser. Mudryk is the newest addition now after picking up a minor injury, and Romeo Lavia is still yet match fit. For Luton, again, the mockers, the tempting fate is always something I do. For Luton, the only real notable team news is that Ross Barkley is, of course, now playing for them. And whilst he might be short on match fitness, as has been reported, should he play, you already know the deal. He's bagging a worldie. He's absolutely scoring. You just know it. Starting 11-wise, surely we can't be carrying on with the back three after how poorly Disasi has played, probably in both of those games, let's be honest. Goal aside, he's been stinking it out the joint. He really has. That said, with no other experienced defenders available, with Fofana, Chalobah and Badiashile all still out, it's the most likely outcome. We're going to be playing a back three. Besides that, I don't see us changing much else. Mudryk never starts anyway, so no change there. Carney Chukwuemeka is obviously injured, as I mentioned, so you could expect Gallagher maybe to move forward into the right-hand side where Chukwuemeka's, taking up that attacking role to move into his position. With Caicedo starting in the middle alongside Enzo Fernandez. Either that or we swap Sterling to the left and Madueke down the right-hand side. I would prefer that personally. Predictions-wise, again, I mean, come on, Jesus. We're Chelsea, for Christ's sake. That doesn't mean anything anymore, so it seems. I know I said that West Ham should be a win, but this game, I'm looking forward to it because it could actually be a win for a change, but nothing else is acceptable at home to Luton. No disrespect intended, but come on. If we lose, we may actually be finished. Again, I'm not going to lie. Realistically, though, and this is me being realistic, all negativity aside, and I say that, realistically, as if we're used to anything besides draws and losses, I am going to go with a 3-1 for Chelsea. And yes, we concede probably first as well, knowing what we like. But being real now, okay, we've looked good. We have looked good. We really have. I think we just need to gel. It's just a case of gelling as a team. We need to find the correct rhythm, and we need to be given a break with all these fucking injuries as well. It's actually getting a joke now. It's been a joke for quite some time. With that said, as always, let me know your predictions down below. Remember to tune in to the byline for the watch along. The link for that is in the description as always, and the live player rating stream afterwards, as well as the review. The review is staying for sure. No worries about that. So if you just want the video, that comes out first. Then the player ratings will be 45 minutes after the full-time whistle. But as always, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel, of which there's going to be plenty more now, especially with the player ratings on top of everything else. And as always, up the Chelsea, and peace.